Well, good evening, folks. This is Dave from Dave's Raised Bed Garden. I'm actually out here at the garden this evening. It is Tuesday evening. The video that I'm doing today is actually some clips that I've been doing since yesterday. I wanted to share a couple things that what I'm doing out here at the garden. The weather's been beautiful. It's warm. There's a nice breeze blowing right now and everything, but I'm out here at the garden because what I started doing yesterday is that I showed a previous video about some of the things that I've been doing and everything, and one of them is I introduced that 7 dust granulus and everything, and I actually put it around my corn. I actually put it around my squash and everything. My squash and everything is doing well. I've got some cool weather plants that I've been harvesting. Actually, I'm going to pick a few of my collards to get those harvested and everything. I'm looking at my cabbage. I've got some cabbage heads and everything. Keeping an eye on things and make sure the insects and everything are trying to be at bay, so to speak. But that's why I put the 7 dust granula, and been putting it around here and everything around my garden. So in this video, I'm actually going to show you what I'm doing and what I've been doing this week and everything to start trying to get everything ready. Excuse me, I told you that I'll be out for my surgery and everything, and that'll be coming up next week and everything on next Thursday. And I'm trying to get everything done around here. But I just wanted to get this video started just to tell you what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep the insects at bay. I'm trying to keep everything on a tight lid, so to speak, in the garden, because I want to make sure that everything is on top of it. What I did last year with the 7 dust, and then also another product that I'm using too, is that I did this and I learned it as I was going along. So starting it out is exciting to see because what I've been able to do and everything. So I hope this video finds to be interesting to you. I hope it's sort of an educational type thing to understand what I have learned and what I'm doing, and then also from mistakes too. But I'll get right into the video and to show you a couple things of what I'm doing and everything, and to show you how I use those granulas and everything, and then I'll end this video and just share a couple things with you. So this is the 7 dust granula. I'll show you what it looks like, kind of give you an eyeball of it, but that's what it looks like. I'm actually going to put this around my corn. You can see my corn, what it looks like it's come through. It looks really good and everything. I'm excited about it and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a handful and just show you what I do. If you'll notice what I told you, what I did in the beginning, you remember when I planted my seeds, I actually put them down and made a groove, or a little, I cut out a trench almost like from my seeds and everything. And then when they broke through, what I did is I built up around it. Now, if you can tell, I don't know if you can really tell or not, but actually it looks like the rows are built up now over around the corn. That's the way I wanted it to look and everything. I got a little brown leaves. I'm thinking it was because last week at the beginning, we had some cool days. We're actually in the 40s, and I think that's the result of it. Those were some of the first leaves, the new leaves. So, but the corn on the interior looks really good. You can tell from that stalk. It looks really good. So those leaves won't hurt it, the ones that have some damage on it. I want to make sure that it doesn't do the whole plant and everything. But let me show you what I do with the granulas. Now if you notice that I have the rows, you can go about it different ways, but what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to put it around it down the rows. And what my main goal is that I'm not putting it on the plant, but what I'm doing is actually allowing this to put in the rows. And so what I'm doing is that I want to try to keep the insects. Now, if a little bit gets on the bottom of it, it's okay. That's not where the ear corn is going to come. But anyway, this is how I do it. So it kind of looks like that. It keeps the insects down. I don't have to worry about pollinators right now and everything that are coming through. When it pollinates is when you see the silks. I'll show you that later on when all that happens and everything. Hopefully by that time I'll be through with my rehab and everything with my knee. But I just wanted to show you exactly. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just coming through and just down on each row. I'm kind of sprinkling it around it. Sorry, I moved my camera while I was doing it. And just kind of give it a little bit to work with. And then the rows, and then everything comes out pretty good. This bag is a big bag. Now, believe it or not, it wasn't expensive.
I got it at Southern States LTD. I bought it for $16, which I didn't think was bad for this size bag. But sometimes, you know, with inflation and everything the way it's going, you're gonna have to pay a little bit, but I'm okay with that as long as I can get to harvest, because by the time I get done, I'm gonna have, if I was to get all these ears, I'd have over 72 ears of corn just in this one bed. So to kind of give an idea that what I'm looking at. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna go through and just do my other beds. I'll show you a little bit more with my squash and the other things that I'm doing that have come through. And you know, it's not perfect, I know, by no means, but this stuff, it says it lasts up to 3 months. Again, I'll show you this bag again. I have real bad ant infestation around the garden bed on the outside. I'm actually going to use this, and if y'all know of something that's really good that won't hurt my fruits or anything, I don't have to worry about my pets or anything for the ants, I'd really appreciate your feedback on it and everything. We've got a bad infestation of the ants. So it shows you just a little bit what I'm doing, and I'll do a little bit more, and I'll show you more in just a bit. Now these are my squash plants. They look pretty good. Some of them are a little yellow. Again, determining based on that the fact that a few of the leaves may be yellow is because we had some cooler temperatures last week in the mornings in the 40s and everything, and I let them go. I didn't cover them up, but all in all, they look really good. But let me show you what happens is with these is that with the squash, you'll get the squash borers and so forth, and those ones will actually bore down in the ground and everything. Then they'll come up and they'll just tear your plants up. If I see eggs or anything, I'll even look underneath them for eggs. If I even have eggs, I'll go ahead and squish them now with my fingers. But anyway, this is what I do with this. I go around the plant. It takes a little bit of time, and then I go out a little bit more on it. I might have moved my camera, so let me show you on the second plant. And what I do is I come around, I want to get this on. I'm not trying to get it on the plant because number one is that these are where the bees like to come, the pollinators. So I'm just keeping it on the ground, and then I'll go out a couple inches. And that's what I do. And then I'm going to use this on these plants. And it takes a little bit of time, but it's well worth it. So that's exactly what I do around my plants, and kind of give you an idea what I'm looking at. And so I just go in, and again, I just sprinkle around it. I make a circle, and then I'll go out a little bit more, and it kind of helps with this. And this is what I do with my plants. I did the same thing with the corn, and I'll show you what the corn looks like here in just a bit. But I'll do these right now, my squash. I'm not worried about my peppers right now. I've got green beans coming through that are breaking through the ground. Once they get a little bit taller, I'll do the same thing. So I just wanted to show you, this is what I'm doing out here in the garden today. So I've come through, I've actually put this 7 dust granulus all around my squash. I've actually done it around my tomatoes. I actually did do it around my cucumbers a little bit, even though the flowers are above it. I'm not really worried about it. I just really want to get some pollinators in here. And so I haven't really done it around the peppers except for a few. My tomatoes and so forth. So I'm hoping to keep the insect population down as based on the ones that actually hurt. And then again, I told you I'm going to put it around my beds because of the ants that I have on the outside. So, but if you do have something that you know of that's really good, I would appreciate it and everything. So this is what I'm doing today. I'm actually going to show you one more thing that I actually put down today. So I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. And as I went through the video, as I started working on it yesterday on Monday, and today being Tuesday, it's, you know, still continue to do a lot of things in the garden. And it's so great to have you and for you being a part of Dave's Raised Bed Garden. And I'm so thankful that you're on this journey with me. And so from me, Dave, to you, I just want to thank you. And until next time, take care.